Okay. Oh, yeah. That maybe it's just not plugged in all the way.
Hello, can you hear both ears now?
Yeah.
Oh.
Just wasn't plugged in all the way. It's okay. I should switch up the theme music just for this Tamar episode.
I think so. What's your original theme music?
You know the grandma's Thanksgiving thing that like became a really big thing?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Green bean.
Yeah.
Sorry. Wait, so does that mean you don't listen to Generation Savage?
I've only listened to the first...
Well, it's been there since the beginning, so...
The first episode that you sent me is on my computer right now as we speak.
That does not count, so you didn't even listen to it.
No, I didn't. I'm new to this Generation Savage. Brand new.
That's all right. That sounds beautiful.
Beans, creams, potatoes, tomatoes. Beans, creams, potatoes, tomatoes. Beans, creams, beans, creams, beans, 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 creams, potatoes, tomatoes. Chicken, turkey, chicken, turkey. Beans, creams, potatoes, tomatoes. Chicken, turkey.
All right, so we're gonna be talking about Tamar. You're actually like really excited about.
I just can't sit still.
Yeah. So, let me try to think. I'm really tired.
Me
and
too.
The people that listen to this know that that this is so unprofessional.
Oh, okay.
So, don't worry about like.
Hi, guys. Hi, everyone.
Oh yeah, Ella.
Hi, everyone. I'm Ella.
So Ella is one of my bosses.
I'm the boss.
You the boss.
I'm the boss.
The boss. The boss.
What's your name
The
on this
boss?
podcast?
My name is Johnny.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
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 I'm Johnny's boss.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you had like a nickname.
Yeah.
For not
No.
using your government name.
No. I didn't want to use my government name at first, and then I was like, oh well, I'm just gonna deal with it. I wanted to change my name, but I think way too much crazy shit in my life.
Are you gonna change your name in real life?
Well, I wanted to, but now I'm just like, it sounds like a lot of work, and like, I
Yeah.
don't know.
It's okay.
But, and like, it's hard to think of another name.
Do you want to think of another name now? We could go through this. Pick a first letter, and I'll come up with the rest of it. You want it to be exotic?
I don't know, just like, I want like those exotic names, but just like, it doesn't sound exotic, but it's like, you know what I mean? Like,
So, because I had one, but now I'm thinking
what?
Ronaldo. Complete with the like if someone calls you Ronaldo, you don't look.
Oh my.
Who? Okay, that's my first submission.
Oh my god. But can you like ever like have a straight face calling me that?
You're like Ronaldo, but you have to say it like that, and then everything else will just be like English.
I think.
Clean up your room, Ronaldo.
Okay, so we know what Ella's gonna name her first son.
You don't take it.
Do you know what you're gonna name your kids already?
No.
No. I was like, my future wife's just gonna have to deal with that. I already have all the names picked out.
Yeah.
It's like, just because I don't want my kids to have some whack ass names, so I was like, because I got stuck with a pretty. And the only reason why I don't really like my name is because it's my fucking dad's name. So.
Spelled the same way and everything.
Yeah. No middle name. Like I like how my name, it's a common name, but it's spelled differently.
Yeah.
And then like I have like a classic last name, but I guess I'm just gonna deal with it. I just didn't want like get confusion because, like, you know, all black people, like, have the same last name or look the same and stuff like that. So I was like, man, if I'm going to become a talk show host, then, you know, Wendy Williams, oh, Johnny Williams, oh, they have to be related. I was like, no. That's not how that works.
Not at all. You could give yourself a middle name and go by that. It's all yours. You could pick it. I feel like when you get married and, like, your wife changes her name, you just throw in the middle name. How many kids are you going to have?
I have 4 names picked out, but I don't want 4 kids. It's just in case, you know, so 2 boys and 2 girls, just in case.
I was thinking that too, but then the last time I was at the airport, I saw a family with 4 kids and a lot of kids.
If it would have to be, well, regardless, I would want each of my kids to be at least 3 to 4 years apart from each other.
Oh, that's fair.
Because, like, I feel like anything shorter than that is like, oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Like, ideally, if I know I'm, like, only going to have 2, I would do, like, the 5-6 year, like, age difference.
That's a lot.
Yeah. I mean, my aunt is the oldest from, like, all my grandmother's kids, and my uncle's the youngest, and they're 18 years apart. But, like, obviously my uncle wasn't intentionally, like...
Yeah. Wow.
But it's crazy.
And they're full siblings.
Sure.
Yeah? No?
I mean, if you tell my grandmother, yes, but no.
Okay. I'm like 20 years apart from my brother, but he's only my half brother. Yeah. I mean, not only, but.
I mean, I have a half brother. I guess I have 2 half brothers, but I have not met my newest brother that my dad decided to have a cheat on. Yeah, the baby. Oh. He has to be like 5 months or something like that.
Is he Johnny too?
Oh my God. Did I tell you about how my half brother got his name? Okay, so my half brother Jonathan, which is so annoying because when people want to call me Jonathan, it's like, can I call you Jonathan? I was like, no.
Why would you lengthen the name?
No, I don't know. But basically my name, you know, is named after my father, and so my dad like had a child with another woman, but he didn't know the woman. Like he cheated on my mom, and so she thought his name was Jonathan because everyone calls him John. Uh-huh. So they thought, you know, it was short for, you know, Jonathan.
Yeah.
And so she named her son Jonathan.
What did your dad say? Nope.
And my mom was pissed, but I think that's like the only thing that gave her relief. Like during, because like first of all, like she like went through hell to like have me. She like, I told you IVF and like all the different types of stuff, and you know her miscarriages before. So like she was pissed, but then she was because she really wanted to name her son after, you know, her husband. Mm-hmm. But you know, then she found out that they were having a boy, and then ended up she got the name wrong anyway. So it was funny, but yeah.
Jonathan. Does anyone call you John?
No, I forbid anyone to call me John because like everyone calls my dad John. So I'm just like, don't call me Johnny, not Jonathan. No, my family, like when I was younger, called me KJ because I was in pageants and in commercials and stuff, and so they called me KJ for King Johnny because I did like this pageant shoot and I won it and I was crowned king, whatever, and basically like they so I got that nickname like when I was like 2.
KJ.
And, yeah.
So, do they still call you that?
When they're in a good mood, yeah.
Okay.
Like, so, but your name is not Ella. Your nickname is Ella.
My nickname is Ella.
Right.
Sometimes people call me L because Ella's not short enough, I guess.
Oh my God. Well, yeah, you do have kind of a long name. It's.
My name is 12 letters long.
Yeah.
I'm into every single letter.
Right. But I think, like, that's really cool. Like.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
I've Googled my name. I'm not going to say my name.
Why not?
Because people are going to Google it. Okay, it's fine. I've Googled my name, though, and nobody else has this name.
That's good. That's really good. No, that's good. And that was my problem, was Googling my name. I can get a white guy, or I can get a black dude in prison.
Like, is that it?
Yes, it's
No
like
spectrum.
those extremes. Like it's like normally like a white guy in Congress.
Oh, wow.
Or a black guy in jail.
So you could be anyone. You have options.
I think my odds are a black guy in jail.
50-50. By the way, everyone, it's Johnny's birthday. Hey!
It's my birthday. That's really cool because my 100th post on Instagram at KJ Gianni. I think I'm just gonna do like a 13 and just, I don't know, an 18. I don't know.
13. I was like, where did that come from?
Well, 13 is my favorite number, and I'm born on July 13th.
12 is my favorite number.
Really? Oh, because you have 12 letters in your name.
Why is 13 your favorite number?
Because I was born on the 13th.
Okay, then.
So, yeah. People were like, you can't have a favorite number over 10. I was like, who
What?
decides
Who said
that? Who decides?
Why not?
That's so, like, that limits the amount of numbers that you can come up with.
Whoever said that was tripping.
Yeah. So, a really cool name, I think, Tamar. She's an amazing vocalist.
Yes.
And you recently became a Tamartian.
Yes. She's
And,
great.
Yeah. So, well, I know how you came to know Tamar, but explain to the people.
Well, it was about, I'm going to say, less than 2 months ago. 2 months ago?
Yeah, less than 2 months. It took me a while for you to actually get you to.
It's like people say, listen to this, watch this. Listen to this. Why don't you watch this? You should watch the show. Then it kind of just like slows me down. I'm just like, yeah, I'll get around to it. And then my list comes, and then I make a playlist of things. So finally, I sat down and listened to it. But I don't remember what I listened to first.
You probably listened to Love and War first.
Love and War
because of the way I told you to listen to it. Did you?
Yeah.
I don't know. Because like, well, I see you every day, so like I drilled it into you to like. Did you listen? Did you listen? Did you listen?
It's
Did
like
you
when the teacher
listen?
asks you, Did
Because
you do
I was
your
like,
homework?
I know you would like it. That's why I was like, you're gonna like Tamar, so you just need to listen to it and start procrastinating.
Yeah.
And now you're a Tamartian, which is just a stan of Tamar. Like,
Yes.
you're if you're not a Tamartian yet, you're definitely going to be a Tamartian by tomorrow.
By 24 hours.
You guys are...
Yeah. I wish she had more videos.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that.
Of all the songs that I've listened to, I've only seen like less than 2% of the videos.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, so Tamar is the youngest
of the Braxtons. Tony Braxton. Tracy Braxton, and there's Tamar Braxton.
You've named some of them.
There's more?
There's like 8,000 of them.
Oh, okay.
So, all right. So there's 5 sisters and 1 brother. So
what does the brother do? He's like the Rob Braxton?
Yeah, he's like a nobody. So there's Michael Braxton, Tony, Tawanda, Tracy, Trina.
You're right.
Tawanda.
I've heard those names. I've seen
Tamar.
Those names.
Yeah.
Tawanda and Trina.
Yeah. So, but Tamar to me is the most talented, but just not
underrated.
Yeah, very underrated because she came in the wrong time in music. They thought she was too young around the time that Tony was getting noticed.
Why? How old was she?
When Tony got noticed, Tamar was only like 17, 18.
How's that too young though? What year was that?
Maybe it's like
late 90s?
Yeah,
late 80s?
Early 90s, I think.
Early 90s? And 17 was too young?
No, not early. I don't know. Well, yeah, I think like mid 90s. Let's safe bet with that. But I think I think also like vocal maturity too, you know,
Right.
like so, and like I think that's what like Babyface was thinking of in L.A. Reid, and they were also the family was trying to kind of package them as like a group, like they wanted them to be like this big like 5-girl group, and they only wanted
Tony.
Tony, and she was the oldest, and they went with her, you know, and then she picked. It was supposed to be all 4, but then Tracy got pregnant, and but she was the second one to get pregnant. The first one to get pregnant was Trina, but by the time, you know, Tony was going to go on a tour and stuff like that, was already by the time Tracy would already had the baby.
Oh.
But, Trina would already had the baby. Tracy got pregnant, and she would have been pregnant on the tour. So LaFace Records said, you can't come on. So Tamar got put in, and it was Tamar, Tawanda, and Trina.
Why were they only taking 4 to begin with?
Well, they were for her background singer, so it was always going to be Tony.
Right.
But then, you know, they signed a contract to be backup singers for Tony. So that's just how that went. And then, you know, Tamar just tried to break out, and then ended up they became their own separate kind of girl group, just the 3 of them. And they did, I think, like 1 or 2 albums, and
this was early 90s too.
Yeah, they didn't do well. And then Tamar signed to Prince's label, and then Prince released the self-titled album that I told you not to listen to.
Yeah. Don't listen to self-titled.
Don't listen to self-titled. And then she got dropped, which was kind of disappointing because it wasn't a horrible album. It wasn't, and to me, I didn't feel like it was enough for Prince to drop her. Like,
Right.
It was just like a flop album. Okay, let's try something else. And they didn't get her to sign they didn't get a record to be like, get Nelly on, you know.
Did she have features?
No, she didn't have many features, and it wasn't features with anyone that was like big at the time. Like, get on a. She should have definitely been like how Kelly Rowland did that song with Nelly, and then Beyonce did Bonnie and Clyde with Jay-Z. Like, she needed that to get her out there, and then they're like, oh, who's that singing?
Right.
You know, and that didn't happen because of poor management. You know.
So what was on her first, or what was on self-titled? What kind of album is that?
It's an R&B album. It's very Tony, you know, esque, and it's like, why do we need 2 Tonys also too, right? Like, why do we need another one? And that's still the music industry, right?
Yeah.
It's like everyone's trying to like jump on the Nicki hate train, right? Like, oh, Nicki's not needed anymore. Look at Cardi B. Now she has 2 number 1 singles. Like, look at, and Nicki doesn't even have 1 number 1 single.
They're both different rappers.
They're both different rappers, but it's like, we can only have one.
No, stop that.
Right, you know?
Yeah.
So, it's, you know, it's that thing. Like, who are they comparing right now? Like, SZA and her. You know, they're, you know.
I know that. I've never heard that comparison, though. I feel like
Oh, really?
pretty different.
They're different, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, no, you can only have like one key, like dark skinned, like
So
girl.
stupid.
It's so stupid. It's so stupid.
Wow.
It's ridiculous. But
Y'all are stupid.
yeah, people are stupid, and people that listen to this probably are thinking the same exact way. Nope, I just clicked on Rihanna.
So Tamar couldn't get out of her sister's shadow. Was her husband always her manager?
So she was married before, and and she got married when she was like 20, and to this guy that was kind of like her husband currently. He was like in the industry and stuff like that, so like behind the scenes, basically for her to get like a record deal, right? That's how a lot of people see the marriage. I mean, who knows? But it ended up turning into an abusive relationship. Yeah.
I feel like that kind of relationship is prone to end up that way.
Yeah.
Because you're both trying to get one thing, and there's a lot going on in that industry.
Yeah. So then she eventually got out of that. And it took a long time because, like, when did Self-Titled drop? Self-Titled dropped in 2000. And then her next album didn't drop until, I believe, 2013.
And it flopped hard enough for her to get dropped. Who else was happening in 2000 that...
Beyonce.
But that's it.
But, well, Destiny's Child, TLC. 2000s was a hard year to compete with, especially Aaliyah.
Mm-hmm.
Toni Braxton. It was just like there was a lot of like these, and then I think like Mariah Carey was in there, and like Tony's like Tamar's like an in between like a Toni and a Mariah, and so how to compete with that, and also Tamar's known for having a little bit, just her personality is a little more diva-esque, and they can only have one of those, and so Mariah's she's the only one that can be a diva. No one else can be a diva but except her, and that's what it became. And Toni was always known for being the easygoing one, not this being so difficult one. And I'll do this song, sure, fine. I'll record this demo for this other artist. That's good,
Mm-hmm.
Tamar's like, and Tamar said, when she was in 2000, where I think she was like 20 or something, a little older than 20 at that time. She was like, I don't want to sing someone's broken heart song if my heart hasn't even been broken yet, and it's like that makes sense, Toni didn't have a problem doing that. Also, Toni was a little bit older, so maybe she could relate to those songs. But like Unbreak My Heart, like she didn't. That song was kind of given to her,
mm-hmm.
and it was supposed to go to another artist, and then she was just recording the demo, and then they were like the person that she was the person that ended up saying no to the song, but they were like, she should sing that, whoever that is that you have on the demo, that should just be released the way it is. And then LaFace Records just released it, and then that's when it became like that big thing, So
pause.
My boss.
No, wait, go back. So when someone records a demo, you get paid to record that demo, but that's it.
Yeah, that's it. It's just for the artist to hear the song. So
did you write the song?
The person that sings the demo?
Yeah.
No, so say I write a song.
Yeah.
Like say, yep, I'm a producer, I write music, and I write some songs, and I produce the track. I make the music,
mm-hmm.
right? Then I need someone to sing the song because I want to go to this artist, but they need to hear it so they can really get it. So
why can't they just hear it?
Well,
why does it have to be a middleman? Because what does a middleman get? Like, what if they throw some like mad harmonies on there, and then the next person just gets it, and then it's their song?
Well, some producers now do it on their own, like Sia, right?
Yeah.
Sia will just sing the song, and then she'll make the song, sing it, and then send it
mm-hmm.
out to most likely Rihanna, because her team pays the most for songs, and they're going to do commercially the best.
Okay.
Right? The middle person's there is really to sell the song to the artist. Like, it's like that sales pitch. Like, this is what this song could do. And it's giving you a little bit of a taste, a demo. It's giving you a taste of what the song could be.
So you're trying to get into the industry if you're singing demos. Beyonce's not singing demos and saying
no. Destiny's Child, I believe, has sung some demos. It's just what people do. Like,
so I thought a demo was so people can hear your voice.
Well, so demo just in general just means a sample of something, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you release, just when you're giving an artist a demo, you're giving them a sample of the song that you want them to take, because you're gonna get paid for it if they pick it up, and you're gonna get the royalties off of it. The artist is also gonna get some money. The label's also gonna get some money, and then normally the person that's singing on the demo kind of gets like a flat payment.
Yeah.
So like, say I'm gonna pay you $500 to sing "Cater to You," that needs to go to Destiny's Child. Then you'll get the $500. Me as the producer, I will get the royalties. Destiny's Child, unless the label wants to buy it from the producer.
Okay.
But there's different things.
Okay.
You get it?
Yeah.
Music industry is really complicated.
Sounds pretty intricate.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
2011.
What happened in 2011?
2013. 2013. Well, 20.
Are you confused, sir? Today's 2018.
No, not today. I'm trying to think when Braxton Family Values.
Is it a show?
Yes, it's a reality. Okay.
I was just, for people who don't know.
Yeah, so Braxton Family Values is a reality TV show. And it was supposed to be tested for a year, for one season on WeTV.
Season.
For a pilot. No, that's not a thing.
No, pilot season.
But
season
no,
one?
and technically, yeah. So E owns WeTV. So like the Kardashian network owns also
TV.
Yeah, yes, entertainment TV. Right. So redundant. And so it was kind of like Tamar was married to Vince at this point and was like, yo, we need, like, they kind of went and they had a great idea, like, yo, let's do a reality show. Like, this will be cool. Like, let's see. We think our family's funny, whatever, right? And basically, Tamar went to E to pitch a show, and they said, only way we're going to pick this up if Tony agrees to be on the show. So Tamar begged Tony, and Tony finally said yes. She says it to this day that I did it for my sisters. I'm doing this for my sisters. Right now, Braxton Family Values is on the rocks right now because they're not getting paid as much as they should be getting paid. But it was supposed to go for the first season. You can call it a pilot season.
The pilot season
was supposed to be on WeTV, and if it was good enough, it was supposed to go on E.
Okay.
Another big show on TV at that time that was already established for a couple of years was The Kardashians.
Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Keeping Up with
Thursdays at
Thursdays.
5-7 Central.
No, they're Sundays at 9. Come on now.
Sundays, 9-7 Central. I don't watch the Kardashians.
Nah.
They come up in my IG search sometimes.
That happens. But, because, yeah. Were you going to say something?
No, I was just fixing my lips.
Okay.
Do you watch the Kardashians?
Yeah. Well, I didn't watch last season. So I watched the first season.
What are we, 8 seasons in? 9?
Wish. 15. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is it a season per year?
No. It's,
okay,
so they've just hit their 10-year anniversary, though.
10 years.
Yeah.
Holy wow.
And then don't even think about the spinoffs. Like,
Robin China.
that was the best spinoff ever.
Keeping Up with Chloe.
Chloe and Lamar.
Chloe and Lamar.
Right. That was actually a good one. That was a good spinoff. Because that was like Chloe adopted Rob with Lamar. And Malika showed... Like, that was the best spinoff before Rob and China. Because it was funny. It was, like, just all the things they did. It was funny. Obviously, things were scripted, but, like, all the people that was on that particular spinoff actually had personalities. Rob had a personality. Chloe had a personality. Lamar, Chloe's friend. Like, it was like, oh, this is what, like, Keeping Up with the Kardashians should be.
Why, there's no personalities in the original show?
I mean, you got Kim that's, like, speaks like a Valley girl and,
right.
like, doesn't, you
Just
know.
empty, hollow souls walking around on TV in one house.
Right. And they can't get Kanye on TV.
He doesn't want to be on TV.
No.
Okay.
And, like, Chris is, like, just yelling at everyone. The entertaining part for a couple of seasons, for the first, like, 7 seasons of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, was Chris always yelling at Bruce. What now, Caitlyn?
Yeah.
It was just like, because Chris was just bullying him around, like, do this, do that, do this, like, pick up the kids here. Like, that was the funny thing. But I always thought Braxton Family Values was better, and it is. Like, Tamar just has so much personality, but also her sisters do have personalities too. It's just Tamar's just a huge personality. Like, she just is, like, larger than life, you know? So, and you can tell that she's always been like that, and the sisters are consistent with, like, she's been like that since we were kids, and, you know, and it is a lot of, when it's hard to watch that show sometimes when you're a Tamar fan, because the sisters rip on Tamar so much, because Tamar always has something to say. She always has something to say about somebody's husband, or about this, or about that, or the situation that they're in, or, you know, she always has to put her 2 cents in.
Right.
And I think that's also what has damaged her, as far as her
sisters ripping on her has damaged her?
Damaged her as far as, like, people that want to work with her,
right,
and, like,
in the public eye.
And do things, because they see that she's difficult with her own family, and she seems hard to get along with and work with, then, you know, which I think when Tamar's in a professional setting and when she's doing certain things, I think that she comes through.
Right.
You know, but she just has bad management. But about a season of, you know, that first season was all about the hype leading up to Love and War. Mm-hmm. It was about her making Love and War. It was about her husband pushing Love and War, getting her signed to Epic Records, getting her, you know, this, you know, label, you know, deal, and all this other stuff. Money wasn't even the issue. It was just she wanted to be a singer, and that's why Love and War is so kind of poppy. I mean, it's not a horrible album. It's it's not as good as the other two, but it's definitely makes sense for the first kind of album. It's not spectacular, but it's okay, and it's actually her best-selling album, which is really kind of disappointing.
Wow.
Yeah, because she was able to promote it. The show helped it. Like, the label was behind it, and it was her best-selling. I think it went, like, silver. It didn't go platinum. Love and War went number 1 on the R&B charts, which was very impressive because, you know, she was out of the industry for a long time, and I was surprised that a lot of people liked that song. I was like, whoa, like, you know. And I think it, like, went to, like, at least 8 or 9 on, like, the regular, like, Hot 100s, which was just, that was impressive in a time where, you know, you know, like, these party songs are, like, what are hitting the charts, you know? It's interesting. That's why I'm surprised seeing, like, Summertime, like, off of Everything Is Love, or Love Is Everything. Love Is Everything.
Everything is love.
No, Everything Is Love.
Yeah.
Everything Is Love. That, like, Summertime or Summer is, like, in the top 10. It's, like, it's a great song, but it's, like, interesting. It's interesting that it would be up there.
That's not the sound that everyone's listening to right now.
Right.
It's pretty far from it.
So, So let's talk about Love and War.
Okay.
So Love and War, the song, which I hate people that name their bodies of works after a song. It's so annoying to me. Think of an original name. Like, think of something. Use your brain. Like, please.
Or name the song something different.
Go ahead. Yeah.
I like that one.
You like Love and War?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great song.
I feel like a lot of her songs are love songs, yeah?
Yeah. I mean, love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love and coming from a place of
brokenness.
But like, I don't think I've heard a song where she's like, I hate you, you ruined me.
No.
She's just very loving and forgiving.
Well, yeah, I mean, yes. I think with Love and War and Calling Our Lovers, definitely like that. Bluebird of Happiness, it shifts a little bit, and I was kind of happy about that, but we'll get to that. I don't want to jump too ahead, but at this point, yeah, I mean, Love and War is very much let's go. So the one is obviously a sample, and that was her first single, actually.
The one?
That was her first single from this album.
What year is this album? 2013?
2013.
Is she with her husband, this one?
Yes. Vincent Herbert, which he co-written No, 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 and I believe Bills. No, he did not do that. Bills was written by Candy off of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. The Escape girl.
Interesting.
Yeah. She wrote Bills.
Okay.
But she did No, No, No. I mean, he wrote No, No, No. Well, co-written it. And he discovered Lady Gaga. And
where is he from?
He's from New York.
And he's just been in the industry?
Yeah.
He's older than her?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's just check up on that.
So then did he write any of her songs?
I think he did on some stuff.
Where did he come from? Why isn't he doing his job?
Right. I mean, that's what I'm mainly upset at him about.
Right, let's see your wife. And they have a kid.
Yep. Logan Vincent Herbert.
Is he Vincent? Oh, he's Vincent Herbert.
Yep. So they have him labeled as a songwriter.
Do you like holiday albums?
I do when it's the holidays.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I guess when it's yeah.
Yeah. So you're talking about Winter Wonderland.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm more of a fan of the whole. So, also the big premise of Braxton Family Values was putting together a Braxton album. So, that was also one of the plots in the first season that didn't get resolved until season 8.
So the Braxtons don't count because there's only 3 of them?
Well, yeah. I mean, they do count, but their mom especially wanted a whole album of all the sisters.
Okay.
Every single one, and hopefully one song with the brother, because apparently the brother can sing just a little bit, but he doesn't like singing.
What kind of person doesn't like singing?
Well,
Okay.
There's some people that don't like music, and I'm like...
That's weird.
Yeah,
what do you do?
It's so weird.
I don't get that.
I can't wrap my head around that. That's one thing I can't.
Are they into movies or some other creative form?
But it's what do you do when you're walking?
Yeah.
I don't know people. I don't understand how people can walk without walking alone without listening to music.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I have the urge to listen to music when I'm even walking with someone because I'm just like, I don't want to really talk to you.
I feel it.
Yeah. But
so first season, everyone was expecting, oh, let's do a family album, and then it
right.
didn't get resolved until a couple seasons.
Right. So it didn't get resolved until like season 8.
And then what?
So then they came out with A Braxton's Family Christmas, which is just a Christmas album because they couldn't. I never believed that they can actually sit down and make a whole album that's like
encompassing of all of them.
Right. I was like, but it made way more sense for it to be they're very like religious family. Their father was a pastor and on all different types of stuff. So, you know, that made sense once they were like Christmas album, and I was like, see, that makes just
this Christmas.
Yeah. Yeah, Braxton Family. Yeah. And it makes sense. I mean, they call it an album. I was like, call it just an EP. I just 8 songs just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't.
Did they write a song?
Did they write a song? Who knows? I mean,
Is Mary? Did you know? No, that's the actual song.
Yeah. I don't think so. I think they did all covers.
Oh, okay.
I mean, they maybe changed up some stuff, but yeah.
Were people pleased?
Did
it suffice?
I mean, it maybe charted. Maybe. I don't know. I don't.
Maybe a song. Go for a single. A single of the 5.
Yeah. And there's not even like all 5 of them are not even on like each song.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, that's a lot of people to put on a song.
Oh, you see Under the Christmas Tree?
Yeah.
And then it says the Braxtons, and then it says Michael Braxton.
Yeah.
So that's the brother.
Oh, we gotta hear that.
Yeah.
So was what is the show? The Braxton
Family Values.
Was it more geared towards being about Tamar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it was definitely about it. The main plot definitely with season 1 was Tamar didn't want to be a doo-wop pop chick anymore, which is terrible.
I saw the video.
Yes.
I've seen that one.
Yes. And Tracy was upset that
she got booted
because she was pregnant at the wrong time. And so she never was able to fulfill her dream of singing. Like, what? Like, I mean...
Priorities. But so then the other 2 are just chilling?
Yeah. I mean, pretty much. I mean, also, like, just... It was like... The other 2 was Tamar went to go and sign to another label while they were still in the group. And Tamar didn't let them know. And that's still very blurred. That never got really resolved. But it was like, that happened in 2000. And the show, they started filming in like 2011. Like, get over it.
Yeah,
like, dude, like, her album didn't even become successful. Like, it didn't even...
Allison.
Oh. She can come in if she wanted to. I mean...
She's probably looking for her money.
Yeah.
If you got Allison's
Bitch,
money,
better have my money.
Bring it back.
Oh yeah, we should do an episode. I would do an episode on Rihanna. Would you do an episode with Rihanna?
Yes.
Yeah, because also management with her.
Yeah.
But
we just need good management.
Good management. That's the issue. You know, and a good creative head. You need a good creative head. You need someone with a concept and a theme. It's like, why is Beyonce the only one out here with a plan? Like, why is why is she the only one out here that's like, this is what I'm gonna do. This is how it's gonna be. This is my concept. Like, yo, a trilogy of Jay-Z cheating, like, that wasn't, like, thought overnight. Like, that was, like, obviously the cheating wasn't planned in her life, but, like, after that, she was like, shit, you making an album, I'm making an album, then we're going to put out a joint album, like, this, boom, like, it's going to be a, right, like, trilogy, we're going to go on tour again, like,
and
this
back to work.
Right, like, you know?
Gold.
Like, and that's why I'm kind of excited, because, like, I don't even consider Lemonade the next album after self-titled for Beyonce. I want to make this a Beyonce.
Yeah.
I don't consider it because I did at first, and then 444 came out, and then I was like, it's Beyonce's next album, but, like, you know how, like, Drake says, like, he puts out albums, but, like, he's like, they're not albums, they're my mixtapes, and I'm like, dude, but you clearly just put it out as an album, and you make us pay, like, mad fucking money for the album. Yeah. So, like, right. But that's how I kind of see it with Beyonce. I'm like, like, that's not her next like, I feel like she was like, I want to make another album, and then, like, skirt Life Curve, and then she had to make
and she threw that together. That's what, so you're saying Lemonade is not an album? The visual. So what do we call the visual? A visual.
First of all, next Beyonce visual album, I want her to actually make a deal with AMC and force us to go to the movies and watch it. Because I want to see people on the internet get pissed that they're gonna have to spend like $15
and still spend the $15.
and still
buy out the theater. Yes. Buy the whole theater.
You know, like how Kid Fury would buy like
yes. Yes. They would have to shut down all the movies.
Yes.
We're only showing Beyonce this week.
Only showing Beyonce. They would have to, like, only show... Because, like...
In IMAX.
Oh, my God. And then, like, yo, she had an IMAX 3D.
Oh
like, and she's like... But, damn, we're going to make this about Beyonce. But just saying, like, with management, like, Beyonce only seems like she's the only one with a plan out here. Like... This is how this is going to go. This is my first song. This is my second. Like, I don't consider Beyonce. I consider Dangerously in Love, B-Day, and I Am Sasha Fierce, Matthew albums. I especially consider I Am Sasha Fierce a Matthew Knowles album.
That was kind of...
I was like, what is this? It's like, this is not...
So then the first one out from under Matthew was
4, which was, I think, is one of her best albums she's ever put together. From the Heart. Only thing is that there wasn't any cussing, and I love Beyonce cussing. It's just it tickles something in my spirit.
Yeah.
But I really consider Beyonce, like, 4 in self-titled, and I guess Lemonade. But
Aren't you glad?
I put Lemonade in this trilogy, like how Adele says she's not making another album because her albums are a trilogy, and she believes in. I believe
she's done after 3.
Yeah, she's done after this. She's not making anything else. That's why the Grammys gave her all those Grammys.
What's the belief? Just trilogies?
Yeah, she just believes in trilogies. Like, she believes best things come in 3.
She's gonna stop singing?
I think she's just not... Like, the same way Tamar said that Bluebird of Happiness is, like, her last album, but she's still going to be making music. I was like, so you're just going to come out with an EP? Did you see that? Do you listen to Jessie J? Mm-hmm. That she came up with, like, 4 EPs instead of just coming out with, like, an album.
One album.
It was, like,
wild.
And it was released all at the same time. And I was like...
Do they all sound different? Do they all sound different?
They're, like... It's called Rose, and, like, I think it's, like, each letter stands for something.
So that was an album.
Yeah.
Just how like, Drake has A-side, B-side on a streaming service.
Like, I love when people are creative, but, like, you're doing too much sometimes. Chris Brown with your 45 tracks.
Yeah. Stop. Stop. Each album came from, like, a sip of lean. All right, next 45.
Right. Oh my God. And then, like, Drake with his A-side, his B-side, Justin Timberlake with his 5-minute songs. Like, 5 minutes. No, that's not even his longest song on the album. I think his longest song is like 9 minutes on now. I'm like, dude.
Of him pure singing?
Just singing. I'm like, how?
On his last album?
On 2020 Experience. That was a drag.
It was long.
And I was like, oh, that's cool. There's only like 10 tracks on here. I can listen to this, especially the first half. I was like, I can listen to this. Only 10 tracks. I was like, wait, why am I still on the first track?
That one took a while.
I was like, he just tricked me. Like, when self-titled dropped, I listened to the all the music videos at first, and it was like, okay, these are the songs 1 through 12, I believe it was like how it was, and it was like and then it recounted again, these are the videos in the song, and I was just like, okay, let me do that, it just, that's the only way it should make sense. Like, don't just give me an ass shit of music. Like, don't do that. Like, just don't. Like, you really need to think, like, okay, what are the best 13 tracks?
Yeah, and polish that
and
up.
Just polish that. I want this one. Can I live without this one? Or could this be a single or an EP or put it on the deluxe version? Right. Deluxe version should go on no longer than 20 songs. The Pink Print, thank you for only making that 20 goddamn songs, because and that was the deluxe edition. Take notes. That was the deluxe edition.
What's the average songs on an album?
On an album? Like,
has it changed over the years, over the decades?
I feel like before it was long, because we had A and B, so we had the difference. But I think for a past couple of years, it was like 13, 14 songs, and now it's getting longer because everyone wants to be fucking creative and shit, and it's just like, look, like, think
about 12,
right?
12 songs.
12 is great. Kanye with the 8, that was great.
This last one,
yeah.
Did you listen to the one with Kid Cudi?
No, I can't.
But did you like the Kanye album?
Yeah, it was because it was short, and I was like, oh, okay.
But do you not like Kid Cudi?
I don't know.
Not even for the Kanye on the Kid Cudi? I feel like
I'm gonna give it a try. I'm just upset with good music, period.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm just upset with that whole good music. I was like, they screwed Tiana Taylor in the ass. Like, they just...
Wait, why? I didn't listen to that one, honestly.
The album, it's just the way it's just not produced well. Like, the songs are just not, they don't sound good. And I was like, and there's not enough of those upbeat songs. I know she doesn't like them, but someone has to push her to be like, if you're a dancer and you're going to be a singer, like, you got to do a couple of upbeat songs. Like, Beyonce's only like B-Day and Self-Titled are straight through, like, almost bang songs. Mm-hmm. And really only B-Days is really, I love B-Day. Like B-Day is such a great album. Yeah, B-Day with Resentment. Yeah. Damn. That song also goes on for a long time, too.
It does.
Yeah. Because, like, oh, I thought this was, no, not over. No. Like Rocket, you think.
I feel like Rocket is just the right length. I'm really into Rocket. I'll restart it 6 times before I get through the rest of the song. I don't know why.
Yeah, I mean, yes, but it kind of fools you in thinking that it's over. Yeah, and then it's like, oh, wait, there's more? Mm-hmm. There's more? Because I used to have a problem, like, skipping songs like, at the last tail end. Because I'm like, who cares? Like, it's done. Like 2 minutes over. Like, 2 minutes of the song.
2 minutes? There's still 2 minutes? The song's not over. Let that song play. You might miss some key messages.
Like, I almost skipped Boss on everything is
Boss?
Yeah.
No. The beginning of the song when she hums. You know what I'm talking about. Yes, don't leave me here. Her hum. I'm about to play it.
But the way you did it, it was like so... Because I was trying to get a point through, and then you were like,
because this is not the sound I made. It was pretty close. Bob, I was very close. Rewind it. I was very close.
Oh my god! Oh shit! Okay, so let's. Okay, let's. I.
Wow.
Okay. Let's. This might get split up into part 1 and part 2.
It's fine with me.
But. Let's get back to Tamar.
So her management is poor. Poor management. And I guess the public didn't take to her that easily because
well, the public loved her.
Yeah?
The public loved her at first because it was new. It wasn't so like now people are like, oh my god, like you're still doing a lot. Like, all right, stop.
I don't get how you can like someone for being a lot and then get over them being a like it's
well,
like
that was the problem. So she was on this talk show called The Real.
yeah.
And she was hired legit for that reason, for being over the top.
See, that's...
And then they fired her for that same exact reason. And I was like, that's not a practical way to fire someone.
No, especially for an artist because you give them
and
you cheer for them and then they keep going. They want to give you what you want.
Yeah.
And then you don't want it.
Yeah. And then they were like, oh, she's getting into too many feuds with artists. But I was like, you loved that at first, that she had stuff to say about different people. And now you guys can't get guests on the show because no one wants to be... You want to get, let's say, K. Michelle on... Well, that's like her big like rival, right? Mm-hmm. I want to get K. Michelle on... the album on The Real. But Tamar's like, no, she's not coming on here. For what? She called me a Muppet. She called me this. She called me that. Mm-hmm. So.
A Muppet?
Yeah. Because Tamar's not a stranger to plastic surgery. And, I mean, Tamar has bad days and good days. Okay? Mm-hmm. I mean, Tamar, to me, I think a good 95% of the time looks good. Then there's sometimes where I'm just like, what are you wearing? Oh. What did you do to your face? Or who did your makeup? Or why did you put on that wig? Or who put that wig on you? Mm-hmm. Like, it's kind of like those things where I'm like, damn, like, all right, chill out. Like, but, she's a person that she does keep up with the times as far as the look goes.
That's good.
So, she looks, the best. Oh, okay. But, okay, Calling All Lovers, which is your favorite, which a lot of drama drops down with Calling All Lovers, as far as her personal life, and, Love and War, the tour, was okay. Wasn't horrible. It was expected. It was like a scissor tour. It wasn't a huge venue. It was like theaters and like bigger clubs. Like
clubs?
No, I don't know. Like, I don't want to say club.
By herself at a club?
Yeah, like it wasn't like there was a club like the party was happening in the club.
I get that, but clubs is
well, I said bigger clubs, like like a bigger club venue, not
still a concert.
Still
like a show.
Yeah. It definitely, but apparently that's what she said she wanted. But I feel like she just said that for face because she couldn't.
Want to sell out?
Who doesn't want to sell at Madison Square Garden or like MetLife Stadium or Gillette Stadium? Like, who doesn't want to sell out that? I was like, but also like, not everyone can sell out a stadium. I mean, like,
right? Like,
Beyonce's going on.
Wouldn't.
Beyonce just did her first stadium world tour. Her first stadium world tour was with her husband, and that was on the first On the Run. And then she did her first solo thing with Formation, and now she's doing, again On the Run. But Mrs. Carter was kind of a mixture between some places were stadiums and then other places were like arenas. But it was mainly arenas. Like it was only like big cities where it was like gonna be a stadium.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So, I mean, if Beyonce's been in the industry for 20, years, and she's now she just did her first solo tour in a stadium. Come on, like it's all right,
Right.
It's like we're talking about Beyonce, just even people that are not huge fans of her music are still going to go see her tour because they know it's going to be a good show.
Yeah.
That's
unfathomable to me.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, if you're not a fan of Beyonce or just not enough of a fan of Beyonce, like if you don't know Me, Myself, and I, don't go.
Yeah.
If you don't know Yes, don't go. If you don't even know what Dangerously in Love is, don't go.
You don't need to be there.
If you start to listen to her after Single Ladies,
yeah, I feel like
I hate
people. Lot of people.
That's a lot of people, and I hate that. I hate it.
Where did you guys come from?
Like you guys just jumped in. Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh. You spoiled the pot. They really did. Because they're the crazy beehive. They're the crazy ones.
The diehards.
Yeah.
That just clocked in.
Yeah.